Presindeti Nega Vala, Albania. Hello from beautiful Vala, Albania. So today's topic is going to be on not having this expectation of when you get here, everything is going to be dirt cheap, right? Because not everything is. Certain things are going to be less than what are you used to in the US. Okay. And I only say this because I witnessed this. Um, I think it was like last weekend. I witnessed a U.S. citizen get mad because she went into a fruit product place and it's a fruit. I call it a fruit vegetable stand, but and this lady sells everything really fresh, really nice things. Once in a while I do go there, not too often, because I like to find deals, so I like to go in Villar, like where the locals are at. And so, anyways, this American with her two daughters went in and asked how much was an item. The lady told her, and she was like, "Nah." And as she's walking away, she's all mad and saying, "I'm not gonna pay that much. That's as much as it is back in the U.S." And anyway, she had an attitude, and I'm thinking, no, you have an attitude. You know, you come with your privileged way and think that you know, oh, I hear the American accent, I must kiss your feet, because technically the lady did not have an attitude. It's Albania, then people don't have to smile, right? But she did not have an attitude. She told her the price, and then basically just was like looking at her like, "Well, are you gonna get it or not?" That was the look she gave, right? Because there's other people. I mean, people do come a lot to this store, right? No time to baby you here. No issues, except the American had the issue, and I just shook my head and I was like, "Please don't do that. Do not come to this country or to any other country and be that disrespectful. If the price is not your liking, you go, okay, thank you, and walk away and go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Her prices are, to tell you the truth, her prices are not that bad. Can you find it less? Yeah, but you have to do the work. You have to walk. You have to go in, Valar, into those, turn in here, turn over there, and you might find it cheaper, maybe by a couple cents or so. But her prices are, for the area, it's not that bad, you know. So please don't do that. And that's not the only time. Another one, another thing, and I'm gonna give you a list of things, not too long of a list because I don't really go out start pricing things and things like that. But here in Albania, if you own a business, no one opens a business to be broke. I'm not going to lower my prices all the way dirt cheap where I can't hardly feed my family, feed pay the bills of my home, pay the bills of the business. So you can be like, wow, everything is cheap here. Well, no, that's no one opens a business to run that way. But even besides that, not everything is that cheap here in Albania when it comes to food, right? No, it isn't at all. Especially if you don't know where to go, right? You just got here, you're like, oh man, I don't even know where to go shopping, right? There's certain supermarkets here that are gonna be much more pricey than others. Like the Greek, anything you buy Greek is, for some reason, it's much more expensive than if you buy something that's Italian. I noticed that bio and the bio market and the Conan, to me, They're expensive supermarket. You don't go to the supermarket and buy your eggs, your vegetables, things to that. If you see it wrapped up, you don't buy them there because most likely they're costing you more money. Those things, and you buy wherever you want. I'm just telling you, right? Because one thing I've learned to do here is go where the sales is at. I'm just trying to help you. So for vegetables, eggs, fruit and things like that, I think it's common. I don't know. I'm not gonna even say common sense. I'm saying I thought everyone knew that the supermarkets here, that is not where you go. You go to the fruit stands. Go in. I found several that I really like. They're fresh. The prices are reasonable. You know, and you go and you buy your eggs there. You buy your fruit, your vegetables there. You know, sometimes when it comes to juices, there's a juice that I like. I know exactly where to go, and I save myself 20 to 30 cents. You might say, oh man, for 20 30 cents, I'm going to walk all that. Well, you know what? They add up. They add up, you know? Sometimes that's why sometimes you got to go to like me, I go to three supermarkets and they're not far. It's not that bad. And things to that compared to the U.S. To the U.S., I wouldn't even go to two supermarket. I went straight to Stop and Shop, and that was it. I was Because in the States it's different. You got to get in the car, then you got to drive all the way to another. Then there's traffic. Then you can't find parking. Then try to find parking to then go into this. It's such a hassle. Here I just walk. I take my little cart. I walk to one, I get my meat, then I keep going, I get my other stuff, then I go to the other one that's down the block. And it just, before you know it, you're done. I'll be done with my three supermarkets I go to, and you're still shopping at one. So that goes to that. Electronics are expensive here. Clothing the same way. Haven't really bought clothes here, um, but they do have open markets. They do have what you call back in the States thrift stores. Well, they have them here. They just call secondhand, but it's the same thing. All you do, and they have some. I've passed a couple that I was like, wow, I like those pants. I will buy it, wash it, and then wear it. Like, come on. And then, or you can. There's also you can also go to Toronto. Toronto, you'll find everything in Toronto. Everything. They have this huge. I call it like a flea market, and they have everything there. Name brands, all kind of nice stuff. You know, Another thing that's not cheap here, and if you're big into going to the gym and stuff, is gyms. Gyms are not cheap here. In Valar, I tell you right now, in Valar, you could go to the gym and pay €5 a day, right? But for that, just buy the month. The month is going to cost you 60. So that's like €60, 6,000 leg. Um, I can't calculate it all. You pull out your calculator and you can figure out the math of how much that would be in US dollars. I think €60 is like 70 something dollars, I believe, in US dollars, I think it is. Um, and you could buy a whole year, but you're gonna pay 300 and something, right? Um, and that's only here. I was at a not that I was reading a comment that someone did on Facebook, one of those Facebook groups, and once again, an American complaining, "Oh man, the gyms are more expensive here than in California." Once again, people, stop. Take that out your head. When you come into Albania, yes, everybody tells you, "Oh, things are so much cheaper here." Blah 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 blah. Certain things, people, certain things. Not everything is going to be that. And I just find it rude that you just complain about it. Like, "Ugh, what do you mean you want to charge me this much?" It is what it is. It's just not everything is going to be cheap. And he was complaining because it was more expensive. Now he's not in Valar, and I think his gym was cheaper than mine. He was basically paying $1 a day at the gym. He was complaining they wanted to charge him a month 30 euros. That's basically $1 a day. You drink an espresso for that every day. 70 cents, whatever it is, 67, it's almost €1. This is for your health, right? You want to stay fit. It's $1 a day. I think someone even wrote it, responded to him. It's like, guy, it's basically €1 a day. I don't know why you're complaining about, you know? So where he's at is 30 euros a month. And like I said, here in Valar, it's 60. So in different parts of Albania, there's different prices for gym. I don't know how much it is in Tirana, but that's the prices. You got to remember, you're the immigrant here. You got to just adjust on how they do things. That's the price, and that's it is. Another thing they do in the gym is you got to come with another pair of sneakers. Somebody was complaining. I was like, I don't understand why I have to come with another pair of sneakers to the gym. That makes no sense. Listen. You got try to just go with the flow. They don't want the floor dirty. You bring in all this dirt, right? Because you walked from your apartment to the gym, so you brought all this dirt. So they want to keep the floors all clean. So you have to bring another pair of sneakers. And if you do, they don't even get mad. They're not like yelling at you, like and chasing you down. They just like, hey, come here, just clean your feet on this mop. They're very nice. And all you do is clean your sneakers on this mop, and they say, all right, go in. Real nice, not hostile. It isn't like they want to fight you. It's all okay. Just remember when you first enter and you don't have your other pair of sneakers, just go to the mop and clean your feet before you go and work out. So, is everything dirt cheap? No. So try to remember that. Try to remember when you come to Albania, be like, um, not everything is going to be dirt cheap. I think it's going to be cheaper than what you're going to pay in back in the States. Yes, but is it going to be like wow, like I pay only blah blah blah, like tomorrow you might, yes, but you have to go to different supermarkets. You're gonna have to, because if you stay in one supermarket that's close to you and not try others, you're gonna see that other places, other supermarkets are gonna have it cheaper. I also see these content creators that be like, look, I bought all this and it only cost me 40 euros. But it's like there's no meat there. Like, what are you eating? I don't know, what are you showing me? Like, I'm not impressed. Like, there's no meat there. Like, you eat like a bird apparently. Is that gonna be enough for a week? Like, that seems like you did a grocery for just like 2 or 3 days. So now you have to go back and pay another 40. Like, I'm not getting that. To me, when I got here, I felt completely like, oh man, where do I start? I was nervous. I was like, I don't even know where to find this, that, until I started. I think I asked one friend, where's the pet store? Because I had to get my dog food. Another thing, food for your dog, it's not cheap here. It isn't. But it's not like overly expensive. It's just not gonna, you're not gonna get a 10-pound bag of dog food for like $20. You're not gonna get that. It's gonna be equal as what you're gonna pay back in the States, or maybe a little bit more. I paid basically the same what I did back in the States, which was like 30, let's say 30 or $35 for like a 10-pound bag for food for dogs. The things that what I find cheap here is a vet service. I go to a whole different town to take Romeo to get his shots, and it was way cheaper, extremely cheaper. In the States, for me to get Romeo his shots, so we to get his health certificate to travel to Albania, cost me $700, and they didn't have to give him a rabies shot. They didn't have to because he already had his rabies shot. That was good for this travel. He didn't need that. He so, he didn't need that, right? He didn't need the any shot. They just looked at him, checked him, and that's it. $700 for a piece of paper with no shots. We're gonna be traveling the end of June. The end of June, we're leaving. We're going to France, and I took him to the vet. Not only did he get his pills for his heartwormer, he got they got to give him like 3 shots for like any diseases he gets in this country. He had to get I forgot what it was called. That it's it's if you're coming from Albania and you're traveling anywhere else because it's not a EU country, uh, they have to get this shot. Although he had his rabies shot, I forgot what it's called, but he got that they have to send it to Germany. Plus, he got a shot, to fight any disease here, and it's 3 stages. He's on his last one. We got to go Saturday for. You know what I pay? Nowhere near 700. With all that, the shot, the pill for the heartworm, the checkup, um, the he got another shot. He got 2 shots, the pill, and it's for his passport. They call it a passport to travel to Europe. It costs 300 US dollars. No, three. I'm sorry, 330. It came up to 330 US dollars. And that was it. That's it. Not 700 with no shot. Just a doctor to look, touch him, check his little heartbeat, and say, okay, I'm gonna put all this in. And they messed up on his birthday. They messed up on my name, and I paid $700. But anyways, um, so yes, there's certain things that yes, it's great price and stuff like that. But just be mindful that not everything. So please don't be like that one guy with the gym and he's all upset. It's so much more than I paid in California. It just is what it is. And it turned out that my nose is itchy. And it turned out that his gym was the cheapest out of. There was a guy that put the price for Tirana. I put mine in Valar. His was the cheapest. It was $1 a day. $1 a day. Crazy. So, anyways, uh, I'm gonna end it right here. Go ahead and like, follow if you wish. I would like to say, Felamin Dedishme, thank you very much. Y que Dios me lo bendiga. Metaposh.